Instagram and Facebook family. How are you? It is your favorite real estate agent. Went out with Lisa. Sorry, I'm trying to get this going real quick here. We'll get this absolutely moving here on Instagram. Yep. Just having a little bit of technical difficulties, as if you wouldn't know, right? So, okay, here we go. Get you over here. There we are. Okay, Instagram's coming now. Happy Monday. Yes, it is. It is a crazy Monday. And there was so much happening in Orlando this weekend. Holy cow. I felt like we went from one event to the next event to the next, and can't believe it's Monday already. I don't know where the weekend went. So for a lot of you, there was quite a few charity events this weekend. Plus, I will throw out there that we got to go to Blake Shelton this weekend, which was awesome. So I got to take my mom to that. So the whole weekend was filled from doing an event with Liz Shepard and Jackie and many of the other girls over at Elite Runway at the University Club, which was amazing. If you have not been to the University Club since they've done the whole renovation, shame on you. It is absolutely fabulous. I could not believe how it's changed so much over the years. Going and being part of the Citrus Club and doing events at the University Club for over 20 years. The University Club has really stepped it up. So it was amazing. The girls did an amazing job over there at Elite Runway Fashion Show it was for the pet rescue, I believe. So then Liz Shepard had an amazing, as usual, fashion show that was stunning. Again, I walked away going, hey, I want that. I want that. Can I wear that somewhere? Okay, where can I create an event so I can wear that? That's pretty much how it went. So that was Wednesday. Thank you, David Merritt, for the invitation. It was amazing. Thank you. And then Thursday, we got to come down a little bit. Then on Friday, I went to an Easter Seals charity event, A Pair to Remember. Wow. These ladies know how to put on an event. And Christy Ashby from Orange Appeal, her daughter, was the chairperson for this. And what an amazing job. It was such a great event and so many amazing women that were all there to support Easter Seals. And I know they raised a lot of good money for the charity that day. It's so much fun. I started out at 10 a.m. and I don't think I got home until after 5 o'clock for that one. So that was a very long day, but a lot of fun, a lot of good give back to the community. Turnarounds. Woo, I know, keep up, folks. Then next, on Saturday, we went to Blake Shelton. Yeah, it was a concert. I think everybody in Orlando, Tampa, Central Florida was there because I have not seen a concert where every seat almost all the way around the stadium was filled. And then, of course, you know what happened, right? For a lot of you that either did go to the concert or have been on Facebook or Instagram, special guest appearance by Gwen Stefani. Yes, she shows up right in the middle of the concert. What a great event. Coco is also saying how great it is too. So crazy weekend. And then yesterday, let's just round it all together with Jackie Siegel having out at Westgate Lakes the Mrs. Florida America pageant, which was beautiful. Lots of, again, beautiful women, all supporting Victoria's Voice for a great cause and everything that happened out there yesterday. Stunning. I just want to give a round of applause to my very good friend, Deidre Curtis, who did fabulous. Stunning. Spot on, inside and out, amazing person. So great job with everything that you accomplished this pageant. Sorry, and this weekend period. Woo, okay, but we're gonna round it up, kind of call it a mayhem of a Monday because that's what it kind of feels like. don't know if you ever have those days where you get up and you're like, okay, I'm going to conquer everything this morning or today. I must have nailed out half of my list by 11 o'clock. And I'm like, okay, wait, it should be 2, 3 o'clock. It felt like, because again, we haven't stopped all weekend. Holy cow, 11:30. I'm like, wait, it's only 11:30. I still got time to do tons of stuff today. So Monday is turning out to be quite the check mark everything off. But let's dive in, because I know you just don't want to hear about how great my weekend was, because I hope all of you had a great weekend as well. Let's dive into a little bit, because we're starting to see a lot more. I guess I'm getting a lot more calls in regards to buyers questions, what's going on with the market. And then the big question is, for a lot of people, is what's a great neighborhood, especially I would say probably 60% of my clients don't live here. So the first thing they say is, okay, I want to move to Central Florida, but where? Well, how do you choose a good neighborhood? Let's just think about this. You want a good neighborhood for your family, or if you're a single person, you've got to take a lot of things into consideration when picking the right neighborhood for you and what it is that you want out of it. So first and foremost, what of course you want to do is you want to look at the budget. Okay, so let's say you've got Winter Park. Let's say you've got Lake Mary. Let's say you got Claremont, you got Winter Garden, and then you've got Davenport, Haines City area. So you've got a variety. Okay, we're on every side of Central Florida right now with that. And every one of those is a different price point. Okay, so let's start with Davenport, Haines City right now. Davenport, Haines City, Lakeland. They're brand new homes happening out there between $260 to $350. Brand new homes. Closing costs. I always talk about great incentives with the builders, and there's a lot happening out there. Traditional resale homes. A lot of the homes out that way, if you're moving here, are furnished. Is the furniture everything that you want? No, because sometimes it's been a short-term rental, but it'll at least get you a good start if you're wanting to sell everything and just move down here and be like, you know what? I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to take the few bits and pieces I want, and then I'm going to slowly build it up. And that's a good way to do it, is to start that way. So that neighborhood out there, Davenport, Haines City, Claremont, of course, is closer to the parks. You've got great access to I-4, some new hospitals. You've got access to Tampa if you want to go to Tampa and to the beaches and stuff. And of course, you have Lake County over there by Leesburg and Eustis if you like all the chain of lakes and everything. So there's an area there. Okay. Now let's talk about Winter Garden, which also gets you over to the other side, close to the parks again, but a different price point. And it also is a super cute downtown historic area with all the little shops and restaurants. So is that something you like? Great schools, again, chains of lakes. You move downtown Orlando, different price point again. And you're downtown, you're in the hub of everything. You can walk everywhere. You can take the train. You can, commuting is a little bit different when you live downtown. And then you got to Lake Mary, other side of Central Florida, get you closer to Daytona Beach, New Smyrna Beach, the other beaches. A lot to think about, I know. And the price points go all over from, let's say, $280,000 to $1 million. Okay. But the areas that we want to look into when you choose your neighborhood we want to think about your budget. Okay. So if you're a first-time home buyer and your budget's $300,000, you may not be able to get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home downtown Orlando. You may not be able to get that house in Winter Park. You have to think about your budget and the zip codes. Again, location, 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 location. It all comes down to that. Another really cool thing that we need to think about is to prioritize your lifestyle. Okay. So as I stated, do you like the parks? Do you like the beach? Do you want to be on the chain of lakes? Do you have a boat? What is it that you like to do so that you can be somewhat close to it and not always be in your car driving or not being able to enjoy what it is that you love? Prioritize that, or maybe, the prioritizing your lifestyle part comes with your job and your location and that side of things. It's really important to make that list of what's important to you. We're not talking about what's important in the house. We're talking about what's important in the location. We all have wants and needs, but what is the important couple aspects that you have to have in that neighborhood that you're going to love? Okay. You have to remember this is an investment. All right. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Next, if you have kids, or you're going to have kids, or the kids are in a certain age, schools are a priority. Where do we want to be? Where are those neighborhoods that have the school ratings that you want? And again, where is your house located to those? And are you in the zip codes for those schools? Okay. If not, there's private schools. I know there's boarding, there's private schools, other options too. But when we're going through this whole list of choosing the best neighborhood, you have to think about these three things. Lastly, I know this is an important one too, commuting. How much do you want to be in your car? Okay. Let's just be honest. Commuting in Orlando can be a little funky. Okay. Some days you can be from downtown Orlando to Lake Mary in 30 minutes. Other days it may take you an hour and a half. God forbid we ever know where we're really, how long it's going to take when we get on the roads. But those are great things you have to think about. You may not want to buy a house downtown Orlando and live in Davenport, Haines City, because that traffic going those directions, you are never going to nail it in a good way. Okay. So if we're going to have a job out in Davenport, Haines City, we probably want to be out that way closer, maybe on the other side of the parks. Maybe you don't want to be right in Davenport, Haines City. Be on the outskirts. Okay. Same with if you have a job downtown Orlando, what's going to be most convenient for you? Lake Mary, Winter Park, probably not Davenport, Haines City, just in case. But you know, you are going to get good prices out there. So you have to be able to, you know, do the balancing act of what's best for you, your budget, and what it is you really want. I mean, buying versus renting is a huge thing. It's always a huge discussion. Do I buy? Do I rent? What do I do here? What do I do there? It comes down to the budget. We all know. And there's going to be some aspects I'm going to talk about real quick when it comes to budgeting for that perfect neighborhood and that home. Now, being a first-time home buyer, this is not your forever home, probably. I mean, just like the house that my family and I live in, it's not our end all be all. I know that. So I go in looking at this as an equity builder. Is it going to make me more money in, 2, 3, 5 years, whatever your time span is? Look at it as an investment. You're building equity. That's what real estate is. It's one of those aspects in life that if you pick it right, boy, you could do really well. And if you don't have to sell it and you're in an area where you could turn it into a short-term rental or maybe a long-term rental to start that portfolio that you hear so many people talk about with real estate. Oh, I own 3, 4, 5 houses. Well, how'd you do that? I bought a house in a great area. I turned around and I rented it out and was able to pay for the mortgage of that house and a little bit of the mortgage for this house. That's how you do that. And when you work with a good agent, then we will help you find all those dream aspects of what you're looking for. So when you're going through again, okay, so now we've honed it on the neighborhood. We know we can afford, because we've been pre-approved by a great local lender. We've been approved for $350,000, let's say. Okay, first-time home buyer, $350,000. Now we already know our credit's good because we've been approved. But you have to think about this when we start the aspects of renting versus buying. What do I do? Is your credit good? Where is your credit? Do you know what your credit is? Do you know what credit is? Period. Do you have any credit? We need to think about all these questions. And hopefully, if you're at an age and you've got 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old kids, you are getting them knowledge about what credit is and how important it is to have it and have good credit as you're moving along into the age of owning a home or a car or whatever it may be. So now we know we've been pre-approved. We've got good credit. Okay, great. Next, we're going to go into is the two aspects. Money. Well, money is one, but the two aspects of your down payment money. And do you have an emergency fund? Oh, dear Lord. You get in the house, and what if something breaks? Do you have enough money to fix it? Or did you buy a home warranty? And that will still cost you a house call of $75 to $100. Do you have that $100 to call the home warranty company saying, hey, come fix my sink, it's leaking now? Or, hey, this broke, can you come fix it now? Do you have an emergency fund? Please. It's very important that you think about just in case, because not only do you have your down payment, you also have your closing cost. Two separate things. All right. Your down payment is anywhere between 3.5 to some clients, because they do no doc loans, no documentation. They may be 15, 25% down. So you need to have that down payment. Then on top of that, you have your closing cost. Closing costs are separate, usually about 2.5 to 3% of your sales price, give or take. And that's where you working with an agent can also help benefit you. If you don't have all of it, maybe there's a way that we can negotiate closing costs into the buying of your home. Okay. So don't get afraid, ask questions, ask a lot of questions, and listen to hopefully the guidance of your real estate agent. If it's not me, listen to them as well as your lender. They'll guide you through the process. So don't get bummed, or don't be, oh my gosh, I can't do this, because you can. All right. You've got a lot of good people on your side, and it's picking those people to be on your team from beginning to end. They'll get you through the process of finding the perfect neighborhood, finding your home, and closing on it. And if you're lucky, you've got a little bit of money left over for an emergency fund, a celebration dinner, maybe a housewarming party, who knows? So make sure you've got that emergency fund when you go through this process. I always tell my clients when they say, oh, I'm approved for $395,000. Okay, great. But can you afford that $395,000 payment? That's like saying, you know what? I got this over here and I want to have champagne, but I really only have a $2 budget. It's not going to work. You have to make that budget work with you, your lifestyle, and your family. Very, very important. So don't go over and say, oh, I can afford $395,000 unless you really know that mortgage payment's going to fit into the lifestyle. Remember, lifestyle we talked about is also can include the amenities, the boating, the doing family activities, or going out at night. Those are all part of the lifestyle things you have to put into place when you're thinking about, can you budget for this home properly? So let me see. Look at my notes. Well, we already talked about where do I live, because we want to find the perfect neighborhood. And again, if you're a first-time home buyer and you're going through this process, don't get discouraged right away, because I have 2 or 3 clients and we're still seeing multiple bids, or we're getting outbid. It's normal. Don't get discouraged. It just means, which I know some people don't believe in the mumbo jumbo stuff, but it wasn't meant to be. We're going to find a bigger, better, smaller, a more amazing house, whatever it is. So don't get discouraged if your first 1 or 2, we're on number 3 now, doesn't get accepted. Just wasn't the right one, wasn't the right fit. It's coming. Just hang in there and don't go all of a sudden go, I'm going to go rent for 12 months now. Because rent right now, my one client, he just paid $2,500 rent for a small 2-2. Why? Do you know what you could do with that rent? You're giving away your money to someone. And when you buy something, you're building equity, and you are giving that money. You're giving it to the bank, I know, in a way, but you're creating opportunity for yourself down the road. So when you're going through all of this process, here's your key points. Have an amazing real estate agent. If it's not me, have an amazing local lender, which we can find you. Don't get discouraged on not getting contracts accepted. Stay within your means of your budget, even though that house is like so amazing. Oh my God, it had the walk-in shower, it had the pantry, the closet was 5 times bigger than me, which I know most of you that know me know I'm not very big anyway, but still massive. Okay, but that is $25,000 over what I'm approved for. Why am I even looking at it? I shouldn't be thinking about it. And budget-wise, I can't do it. So walk away, walk away, walk away. Put it on the dream board for another day. All right. So I hope a few of those tips have come in handy with all of you today. I'm starting to get everybody on Instagram now. Well, you're a little too late, some of you, because we've been talking for 15 minutes or so. Not quite sure if Instagram is slow today, but I hope As always, you've had some fun, you've gained some knowledge, and as we do these shows, you start to get to know me and that you feel comfortable. You can call me with questions, ideas, want to chat about the market. You've got a great friend that wants to buy a home or sell a home. I'm here. There's so much going on in Orlando. People are moving here every day. Oh, aspects of that. I did not know this. So really quick, I got to throw out statistics every so often. So here are the top 5 cities to live in right now. If you can believe this, we have 2 in the top 5. All right. We have Jacksonville. We have Melbourne. Okay. So those of you that may not know Melbourne and don't live here, just watching the show for the fun of it today, Melbourne is over near the Space Coast, which is just blowing up right now. So Melbourne is a great, great area because they're saying that a lot more affordability for a lot of first-time home buyers, and with the program as well building up, it's a great opportunity to start your portfolio, first-time home buyers, and so much more, and you're by the beach, okay? It actually was voted the 20th best state by U.S. News as well. Melbourne, okay? Melbourne. Next, number 3 is Grand Rapids, Austin, Texas, rounding it out at Colorado Springs. Those are your top 5 cities to move to. Pretty cool that Central Florida has 2 of those. So if you're looking for a house, not quite sure, give me a buzz. We'll chat, we'll walk through. But again, I hope you all have an amazing start to your day. Happy Monday. Tons going on. I'm trying to think, there's not as many concerts this week. Last week was soccer, Monster Truck, and Blake Shelton. Crazy weekend downtown. I know there's a couple really good markets coming up. So if you like the local vintage markets, the antique markets, take a look on Instagram. Lots happening in regards to that, but it is warm. So we're starting summer quick here. So enjoy what you can. Stay cool because it's supposed to be hot this weekend. And enjoy the start of your week. Again, it's Lisa, your favorite Orlando real estate agent. And what else would you be doing if you weren't watching the show with me? So stay tuned. We're probably going to have some more fun stuff this week as we are going to go out to one of the new developments by Disney to show you some great short-term rental opportunities if you're looking to get in the market. So happy Monday. Have a great day. I'm going to tell Facebook